Everybody, it's Invictus. Time for another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Wednesday, Mosh Pit. I hope you all had a great start to your midweek here in the Mosh Pit. We did indeed break the like streak now, so we're waiting for the next video to cross 3,000 likes, but a couple of them are very, very close as we try to get back down into the single digits for the like streak goal of the first Rebirth reaction video, which again, I am going to be doing a live stream on here on YouTube. Here's your meme of the day. When this one caught my eye, I was like, I wasn't sure if I should post it or not, but I think it's funny enough to warrant it. And I also didn't make it, so you can't get mad at me. Out there was episode 812 meme of the fastest running yet, but there's a parentheses on the S, so it's the fattest run. Sent in here by Painter DNDW40K. I did like this one, although if it was fattest, it would have 2 T's in there, just letting you know. But I see what they're going for on that. So thank you very much, Painter, and everyone who upvoted that. I mean, it's only like a matter of days, like usually a day or two before like the binge eater memes start to take full effect after a binge eater episode. So thank you very much, Painter, and everyone who upvoted that one. C-Day is going to be 399 kilo. Vay! Not yay, but vay. We've got good shot speed. We've got Black Hole along with good damage to start with. Our tears rate is also not too terrible. Vengeful Spirit, on the other hand, is... or Hungry Soul. It's one of those, dude. It's one of those. I think it's Vengeful Spirit. We also get Halitosis here, which is going to give us a Poison Field. Tear Effect. Not Tear Effect. It's more like an Aura, really. I'll throw down Black Hole just to take down all the... things that we don't feel like dealing with. And there you go. I was kind of hoping that we're going to get one of these 2 bombs down here, but I guess we're not that lucky. We can get into the curse room for half price, essentially, but I'm not sure if we want to do that quite yet because we may need this HP, especially since we just took damage in here. You see the Vengeful Spirit come out. Anytime we take damage, it's going to spawn a Wisp, which deals an admirable amount of damage. I mean, you know, it's just like an extra shot. It's just a volley shot. I would not mind if we can somehow finagle the stopwatch, that'd be nice. I am going to throw down the Black Hole here to just ensure that we get these bombs, as I did not want to... I didn't want to use a bomb to get 2 bombs there when we can simply just use no bombs to get 2 bombs. I think that's just a better trade overall. That's just basic bombonomics. Okay, so the secret room might be here. I'd be surprised, though. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Now, what would surprise me is if it's in the armpit of here and not to the right of the item room, that's where I think it is. We have a Gluttony. This is just a totally meaningless Gluttony fight because even if he drops something we could use, we can't get there. We have no access to it. And Petrified Poop would be nice if we can get one. We have tons of bombs now. Good loading. Good loading. All right, so my gut reaction is that the secret room is going to be... Oh, never mind. It can't be there. Wow, this is... Okay, so it has to be in the armpit then. That's the only other spot it could be. Unless if it's one of those weirdos that went down here. Is it above Gluttony? Now I'm just mad. Wow, that is okay. That is not your typical secret room spawn. And now I'm just mad. That's not where the secret room is supposed to be to get their game. We do get ourselves a charge on Black Hole, which is good, but we do need to be a little bit careful about our damage here. Super secret room might be actually this is about it. This is about the only place it could be. Hoping for red hearts, we end up getting 3 blue flies. It's a good thing that we end up getting all those extra bombs, and it's going to be famine or another orbital start. I wouldn't mind getting the stopwatch. That would give us some movement speed and also slow down the game a little bit. And starting off with an orbital. I mean, if we're going to go orbitals here, like, having stopwatch would definitely help out. But I don't think there's enough HP on the floor, unfortunately. We would have to get lucky and get a dime here or something. Yeah. So not quite there. I think just Soul Heart and go. That's basically all we can do. Okay, so not the best start, not the worst start, but also not incredible. Some cheeky damage there with Halitosis. So our main... Wow. That, to me, was that shot that Horf just fired not, like, moving at, like, 3x the speed it normally does? And use Black Hole here. What I was going to try to say is that Black Hole is essentially our main source of damage for room clearing stuff and for boss killing potential as well. Gotta get a little cheeky poison again. And we definitely want to get some tears here, some movement speed. Tears preferably. You get tears, okay. And a bad pH Dizzle, along with Contract from Below. I will take both of these because it's early enough, and our damage is not good enough for me to be okay with things. And I don't mind losing some range. I don't mind losing shot speed. I do mind losing some tears, obviously, but shot speed and range, those are two things that we can live without. So False PhD has been seeing a little bit of a resurgence in the amount of support that it's been getting. And it's not that I'm like super against False PhD, it's just that I don't like the idea of lowering my stats when I don't have to. But there are situations where you would normally, if you need damage, then False PhD is your go-to. And I have noticed that it does seem to be quite the net positive overall whenever you have False PhD and you're using it for like mostly like an entire run. That would go in the curse room. Yeah, so we get a Curse the Maze here, and this is going to give us a Soul Heart, but we don't need to use this until we're done with this floor. Like, Curse the Maze is no big deal, obviously, but like I'd rather just not deal with being teleported around, and you never know where that might take you. So we can, it's a free Soul Heart essentially. Yeah, I mean, I've got no major problems with False PhD. It's just that most of the time, more often than not, I find myself getting good reasons to not take it more so than actually taking it. This is one of those times where I think that it is definitely warranted because obviously we needed damage. Not like desperately needed damage, but we could use some damage. So, and False PhD gives us that option, which is real nice. Don't have to wait for D-Bizzle because he's going to teleport with us. And, yeah, okay. All right, D-Bizzle. One and one. It's all right. Of course, Dark Bum's going to pick up some red hearts, and every 1.5 red hearts he picks up, he has a chance of turning into a Soul Heart or an Attack Spider or a Bad Spider. And Curse the XL. Because if one wasn't enough yesterday, we get more. And immediately get a dead end. All right. So I'm not going to use this Curse of the Maze pill until we need the HP, essentially. I just want to do it. Just using Black Hole in that room is just satisfying. It would have been totally useless in this room here with all these Claudies. So seeing as use Halitosis, it's a decent little little mob clearing ability, right? I don't know what was going on there. Like those Globins charged all at different speeds and just knocked each other around. I gotta let Black Hole just kind of do its thing. I do wish that Black Hole did a little bit more damage. Of course, we would be happening to stand right next to the Bad Trip mushroom, even though we were so far away from the black hole. The game's always going to try to get those little extra hits on you. You just gotta be ready for it. I don't know. Lately, Isaac's been on. It's been on one of those kicks where it's just trying to just test your patience. I mean, the back-to-back XL floors was hard enough. And we're not staying next to any mushrooms, so we can't get hit by Bad Trip right now. Book of the Dead, which is maybe a side grade to Black Hole, if that. I mean, like, there are some people who really love Book of the Dead. I personally don't. I think that if the cooldown was much, much, much shorter, like I'm talking 50% shorter, then yeah, I'd be all up over Book of the Dead. But at a 6-room cooldown for what it does, nah, no thanks. I mean, even Black Hole being like a 4-room cooldown item is still not, in my opinion, what would be considered to be great. You know, for what it does and for the lack of damage that it does, like it should be a 2-room cooldown. Like, you're gonna get more damage and more utility out of something like, say, Doctor's Remote than Black Hole. Let's put it that way. No, I'm not doing it, game. I don't care. I'm not going to take experimental treatment again. I will not be brought into another financial discussion, Dennis. I really won't. Maw of the Vizoi. Let's go. Keep your pageant, boy. Hey, we didn't get back-to-back. There's the XLs. So going on over to last week's question of the episode on Wednesday, which was through the Fire and Flames episode, I simply asked everyone to list some of their favorite current mods for Isaac. And we had a lot of responses. Whole lot of responses to that one. Looking for some possible Wacky Wednesday features here. So maybe some stuff that I haven't seen yet. And the most upvoted comment by an overwhelming amount came in from Ways-Sided Disc. 3288, who said, "Is it the Epiphany mod that adds tarnished characters? That mod is good." And they phrased it like a question, but it wasn't punctuated as a question, so I don't know. So I'm just simply going to respond to that by saying I don't know. I don't know what the Epiphany mod is. Epiphany, I should say. But I will check it out. Bad Trip. I mean, this is basically just like a Necronomicon, so like we do that. There we go. The second most upvoted comment came in from Zaxio, who said, "Enhanced boss health bars is a..." Try this again. Enhanced boss health... Dude. Enhanced boss health bars is a must. Can get rid of the weird moments where it looks like equal damage is spread across multiple bosses in one room. There we go. Thank you, brain. Good lord. It was, I mean, that sentence wasn't even like punctuated weirdly or anything. It was just my brain having a stroke. So, and last but not least, the third most upvoted comment on last week's episode came in from Andrew the Panda 353, who said, "Got to be Fiendfolio and Epiphany. These two are just awesome mods. You know Fiendfolio, but Epiphany has tarnished characters and special ways of unlocking each of them." There you go. There's the answer to the Epiphany question. Epiphany? Wow. If that doesn't show you how bad our damage is right now, I don't know what will. We started DPSing that thing from across the world, and it still got enough juice to get to us, and then some. Now, granted, I didn't use Maw of the Void because I was too busy trying to read a quote, but still. Maw of the Void is going to help us out tremendously, but we still need damage. Like, and here's the thing, false PhD, those of you false PhD stands out there. We haven't gotten a pill in quite a while. Now, I'm no rocket scientist. But one thing I do know is that if we don't get pills, then bad PhD doesn't do anything for us. Regardless of whether or not the pills are going to help us or not. Like, we need to get pills in order for us to actually gain stats. And I don't know if I'm not sure if you've been watching the video as of late, but we have not gotten a single pill for quite a while now that has helped us. See, I'm not taking Brittle Bones. I'm not. I will not. Or not Brittle Bones, sorry. The Tears Down. Even though we just got Brittle Bones, I still refuse. We need to get rid of these tier. We need to get rid of these Bone Hearts here. Because they are going to give us permanent Tears Ups. It also gives us a chance to tap the Sacrifice Room. Okay, there we go. Now, could we have gone and taken like some red hearts and maybe like have kept those around for a little while? Yeah, sure, we could have. But I'd rather have my Tears Ups now. Like I'm not in the speculative business. All right, I'm in it to win it right now. I don't want to know if something might pay off for us a little bit later. See, the thing is that we just got Gish, and Gish does not give us anything other than little Gish. So, as in, AKA, we don't get anything from this. Guppy's Paw, I mean, yeah, I guess. We now turn into Lazarus. And, could go back. Ooh, man. Now we're getting a little spicy here. Now you got my attention. Now, we could go back and continue to play the Sacrifice Room here for 2 more taps, but is that going to be enough to get us? I don't think so. And that's all I needed to see. All right. So we are now Lazarus, as evidenced by us having anemic, because we also use Lazarus's rags. We're playing kind of fast and loose right now, but I am very happy with our damage, thanks to the transformation and Maw of the Void. Yeah, see, contract from below, here's the thing. I need you to pay attention, son. I need you to not ever do that ever again. All right? We do not have flying, and we do not have the mobile capabilities to be dealing with these mega troll bombs that you're spawning on us, okay? So, you can spawn bombs. You can spawn troll bombs if you want to. But don't spawn mega troll bombs. That's where it started getting a little personal. Yellow Chub she just didn't even see us there. Okay, well, never mind. She just saw us there. We have another... Wait a second. Am I losing my mind? Where are we getting another life from? Is Lazarus's rag... Did they change... now I have to look this up. I apologize for the alt tab, but now I have to go consult a Luke on this. Did they change Lazarus's rags to be a proc now or something? Or am I just losing it? Or is it because we turned into Lazarus, now we have another Lazarus? Gives Isaac an extra life on death. We already knew that. Exactly the same as Lazarus' default respawn. When you die with this item, you respawn in the same room with 1 heart and the anemic item. The game considers you to be a different character, Lazarus II, when this effect activates. It's not showing us where this other life came from. Am I losing my mind? Is there something that I just straight up have missed? Because we don't have another HP. We have no other extra life upgrade right now. Game by the Bible. Hey, D-Bizzle. That's number 2. Unless they did something, or maybe it's because the game knows that we're Lazarus now, so we have the passive Lazarus the second rags, but that still doesn't make any. That still would mean that we're almost immortal. We have 2 extra lives. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. It's been a while since we used Lazarus's rag, so that's something that may have changed that I just am not privy to. Yeah, we gotta get boss rush here. We do have a Perthra room, which is good, but right now we gotta find ourselves our item room. That's my educated guess, is that we are now Lazarus, who has the passive Lazarus's rags. So we just get another extra life, which to me is insane. Shout out to Buddy in a Box Buddy, by the way. Buddy in a Box guy in the comments has been posting for quite a while now. Bro, come on. Like, there's nothing touching you. Our Fool card is here. I know that we're like 1 step away from our item room, though, so I'm gonna risk it. Or it's just gonna keep on going. All that for Mega Bean. All right. All right. I forgot that we had false PhD.
Range down.
So we will definitely get to Mom and kill her before boss rush, and then I'm going to use the Fool card and then just save the Perthra rune for whatever comes next. Definitely going to take the negative. We want more damage. Definitely take the mark because it's more movement speed and damage. Ooh. I'm going to go Scapular here because of the presence of this sacrifice room. Now, I'm going to do something that might be extremely stupid, but I want to see whether or not we actually do have another Lazarus's rags because we're Lazarus the second now. But first I'm going to check this, and I will take the damage. Now we need to get another soul heart for me to actually be able to benefit from Scapular. Actually, no, we can take damage in here as long as it's not a full heart and activate Scapular. Or one can just show up. That's fine too. Okay, there we go. Scapular activated off of bloat, which is best for us because now we don't need to worry about taking another soul heart. Okay, so with the Scapular effect active now, what we can do is we can infinitely play the sacrifice room. We just have to walk out and walk back in to reset the buff. Scapular is so good, man. It's one of those early first-time game-breaking items that you realize early on in, like, or at least I did anyway, in Flash Isaac, in the very first Isaac, where I was like, wow, you can just do this, huh? The game just lets you. And it's like, yeah, the game just lets you do this. We had Divine Intervention, which it would give us the Seraphim transformation, though. I'll take flying. Flying in a whole bunch of HP. And honestly, we could probably go to the dark room. With this amount of HP and an extra life and a Perthro rune for the dark chest, we could do some sacrificial shenaniganery tomfoolery. Was there a reroll machine? I don't remember if there was one in the store. Before I waste all my money on items that I'm probably not going to take anyway, let's go look at the store here. There was not. I'm actually going to take Guppy's Paw. And that might seem like a little bit of a peculiar move there, but if we are indeed Lazarus and we die, we're going to be able to get 3 extra soul hearts out of this life. Like I said, I'm not gonna take it anyway. We need to do this while holding the Perthro rune. There we go. All right, dark room. There's 9 lives. And Judas is freaking shadow. I tell you what. We want to turn into Black Judas first. So let's take Judas' shadow. And then I guess take Goat Head. This is going to turn us into Lazarus again. Yes, we are Lazarus again. So we'll take Sister Maggie to get rid of that life. And now we're Black Judas. And now we can take 9 lives. Okay. Yeah, so it worked out exactly the way that I thought it did. Which is essentially we had Lazarus's rags because we were Lazarus, technically. Which is insane to me because that means that if you find Lazarus's rags, in this scenario you get 2 for 1 as far as extra lives are concerned. And that's something that I never even noticed or even thought about before. But I also didn't know that the act of turning into Lazarus via Lazarus's rags would do that. Like, I had no idea. So that's good to know. Especially if it means that like we can take other devil deals. Okay. Get your jollies off here, game. Have your jokes. Have fun. Very happy for you. Oh, baby. And the Perthro rune was never used. Second seed, extra, X-ray, 1 Juliet, Quebec, Zulu, Quebec, 0 Sierra. So that's really, really interesting that it works like that. And it may have always worked like that. I just never noticed it before. Because like I'm trying to go through my data archives of a brain to be like, did we pick up? Did we just pick up an extra life item that I didn't realize, and I'm just being stupid? No, we didn't. Not sure how that mulligan hit us when we didn't even. Oop. We didn't even move towards it. A regular old HP upgrade. Obviously, being Dark Judas here, we're going to have massive amounts of damage. Super duper amounts of killing power. The bookworm here. And the Book of Revelations is definitely going to seal the deal. A tiny Toma. So this is going to give us, unfortunately, an orbital for this floor, but it's a small price to pay for, you know, for having just unlimited amounts of HP at this point. Ooh, got ourselves a crawl space. Look at this, another scapular opportunity, baby. And this is the... Scapular? Oh, we got to be on a half heart. We got to be on a half heart interval. And the problem is on this victory lap, there's not too many ways to do that without the wafer. Unless we find a temperance machine, I guess. The fire is going to give us, is going to inflict a full heart too. Yeah, because we're on a victory lap. There we go. Okay, let's try this again here, Scapular. See if that's what the problem was. Yeah, okay. Dead Sea Scrolls. I do think it's kind of BSy that the game doesn't identify pills for you on the victory lap. Even though it's like a fresh... It's obviously a fresh new run. There are 30 cents. I would say thank you to Scapular. Apple Sodom, I mean, it does take away some of the uselessness of the red hearts. Ourselves an angel deal here thanks to us having all those taps on the sack room. And we'll head on down. Lots of curses. You know what? I'm not gonna do it. Add PhD? I'm sorry. If you don't give neutral positive pill effects, I'm not taking blind pills. Not on a victory lap. I don't want to get hurt. You already burned us once. I ain't doing it again. I mean, glowing hourglass, if we end up getting something like blind items or something like that, it could mitigate some of that annoyance, but for the most part, like the Book of Revelations for as Black Judas is just too good. We get Birthright here, which is also going to help us out. So the Birthright for Judas is going to kick in now, and that gives us the Book of Virtues. Well, it's the Book of Belial in the form of the Book of Virtues. So whenever we use our active item, we are also going to be given a huge amount of damage up. Oh man, and now it's just over. Now it's just over. Like if it wasn't already over, now it's super duper over. Just based on the simple fact that we just got Sigil Baphomet, we got Maw of the Void. We walk in and we kill multiple enemies, get that damage shield, and it's all over, Coach. That's all she wrote. Gonna forget me now. I tell you what, staying on the half heart interval with Scapular probably was the better play. Okay, we just get a second Halitosis, which doesn't do anything. It would be cool if it like doubled the radius of Halitosis or like made it deal more damage. I think it'd be neat. So yeah, so you just saw us right there. We just took a hit of damage, but we didn't actually get rung up for the damage because we had the Sigil Baphomet shield happen. So what Sigil Baphomet is, it's a trinket that gives you a damage shield every time you kill an enemy for a very brief moment of time. But that effect can stack on itself up to 2.5 to 3 seconds or something crazy like that. So as long as you're still killing stuff, you will be totally invincible and invulnerable. Which means that you can play it with pretty much reckless abandon and not care. And we are going to get Guppy here. Yeah, we are cruising now. Oh, I'm not going to do it. Not going to be burned again. False PhD. Oh yeah, we had a 5-room, didn't we? Oh well. I think it's a foregone conclusion that we're going to be just fine on this run. Hey, we're on a half heart. See if we can locate ourselves a sacrifice room. Especially with us being Guppy, like we're totally fine. Not mind like a cricket's head or something like that. The quarter. Now's a great time for us to find the stairway. So we just walked in there and just ran into Hollow and didn't get rung up for the damage because of Sigil Baphomet. Now the war is going to give us a third stack of Ball of Bandages. And Love of Coal is just beautiful. We'll get Guppy's Tail as well. A range and a luck upgrade. I know we haven't been to the item room here, but I don't think it's going to matter at this point. I think we're going to do just fine. See the super secret. Oh no, wow, it's a regular secret room. Ace of Hearts would give us an opportunity to make some more HP if we ever really truly needed it. But we don't. Had a couple of classic runs lately. I'm down for it. I mean, you know, the regular. There was a tinted rock. The tinted skull was back in that room, but. We can do boss rush if need be. we'll say I had my first ever homeowner's faux pas happen to me. I didn't cause this. It was something that was given to me. I received a citation from the homeowners association telling me that my trash cans were left out and they're visible to the street. Wow, I'm in the super secret room, ultra secret room. It's got a cube of meat in there. Okay. Now, let me give you a little bit of a backstory here on my status with my garbage cans and my recycling bin. I obsessively wait for the trash man to arrive to empty the cans, and then I instantly bring them in. I keep my cans in the garage. Okay. So when I receive a citation telling me that my garbage cans were located outside and they're in clear visible view of the street, I start having some questions because I know that this is not for me. And the funny thing is that on the citation, they provide you with a photograph, usually known as a photo. They give you a photograph of the offense, and I have no idea whose house this is, but I can tell you one thing: it ain't mine. So I called the homeowners association. I'm like, hey, I received a citation for something that is, something that is not mine. This is not my property, and I'd like it to be removed, and any associated fines or whatever needs to be taken off the record. It's not mine. And the lady said, she was very helpful. She was apologetic. She said, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Like, this happens from time to time. I'm like, how does this happen from time to time? Y'all, I don't even know, like, I don't even recognize this person's house, let alone, like, it's not one of my neighbors or anything. I know that. And it sure as hell ain't my house. So, and she's like, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes the inspectors get numbers mixed up or whatever. So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So, but then she's like, in order for you to get this removed from your record with the HOA, Homeowners Association, for those of you who don't know, you have to scan this document, take a picture of the front of your house, send that in, along with like a close-up of like the offending property, if you can find it, to prove that this is not your house. I said, whoa, hold on, hold your jets there, sister. Hang on a second. Why does the burden of proof have to fall upon my shoulders? I didn't do anything wrong. This is not my problem. And I was like, I was soft arguing with her. I was just like, why should I have to do anything? It's just a mistake. Just tell them to remove it. And she was like, I know it sucks, but like, this is the only way to get this corrected. And, I got a little irked. I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, I shouldn't have to put any effort into this, really. But I understand this is the process, so whatever. I'm already kind of mad about it. So she gives me an email for the homeowners association. I guess the head of the association, whatever. To email these pictures and these scanned documents to. So I do that, and the lady who I emailed said, "Oh yeah, I'm not the head of the homeowners association anymore." I was like, "Well, that's funny because I got your email from the homeowners association. So what's going on?" And she said, "Oh well, I'll forward your complaint about the complaint to the current person in charge." And I was like, fine, whatever. Maybe about 5 minutes later, I get an email in my inbox. Is a failure to deliver email sent in by the answering service. So now this brings up a whole nother suite of questions, such as, so did my request for this complaint to get cleared for my record, did that actually actually land on somebody, or am I just screwed now? Because I never heard back from the first lady. Many hours went by, and I was like, I think I'm gonna have to call the homeowners association back, because like they clearly don't have updated records. Not only did they send me to a lady who is not in charge anymore, that person also sent my email to someone who doesn't have a valid email. So I'm just like, man, how do I get so lucky? Just how do I get so lucky with this stuff? What's going on here? But eventually I did. Do we have blind rage or something? Oh, we have the Polaroid. I'm an idiot. Eventually I did get an email from the person who says that she was in charge, and she just said, she simply just said that your complaint has been removed, and any citations or anything associated with it, have a good day. No apologies, no explanation, no sorry for the inconvenience. Just have a good day. I'm like, man, I think I've gotten to the stage of being the old man yells at a cloud. Because like I just wanted to be like, come on, man. Like, I'm lucky that like I had the time and the ability to do this. I can't imagine some boomer who like doesn't know anything about computers to try to go through all of this. So but at the end of the day, it was clean. It was cleared, and you know I didn't have to pay like any fines or anything like that. But it's just the principle of the matter. I'm like, you should at least say sorry. I don't think that's that big of a deal. Just say, hey, you know what? We're sorry. We screwed up. Apologies. And that's like, you know, but hey, we're all human. It happens. It's fine. I don't know. I think I'm getting more vindictive as we creep up in age. I'm like, you should at least apologize. I think that's only right. You know, if you're the head of the association, you know, you represent all under you. You know, and part of leadership is taking responsibility for the actions of others that work underneath you. If you can't even do that, then I don't know what to tell you. I have heard some horror stories from HOAs. They're the people who, from what my limited experience with HOAs has been, they come across as the people who were picked on in high school, who had no friends, and now this is like their like comeuppance against like the people who did have friends. Like they actually have power for the first time in their lives. And it seems like they're more than eager to like flex it and stuff. And that's not cool. That's my overall take on the people who make up the HOAs in the world. You come across as the people who weren't very popular in high school. That's my impression of you. Not impersonation, but that's my impression. Sumptorium absolutely, positively shredding. I also have noticed that apparently Sumptorium does not interact with the birthright effect of Black Judas. So that might just be because it's a single target, it's a single charge item. I feel like you should get at least one Eye of Belial or Book of Belial charge from that, though. Man, this is just a wall of damage. Down goes old Hushy, and we're just gonna keep on rolling, baby. I've only been to one HOA meeting in my entire life, and it was just a bunch of old people yelling at each other. And I was like, this is the biggest waste of my time that I think I've... Like, I would rather be doing nothing. I'd rather be sitting at home doing literally nothing
Napoleon.
than go to another HOA meeting in my entire life. Like, it was seriously just a bunch of old people yelling at each other. I don't think that my presence being there is going to change the difference of over the course of whatever transpires in this meeting. That is the polite takeaway that I had from my one and only HOA meeting. See, this is how you know that we have a good Isaac run, is when I'm just talking about like grown-up stuff, boring homeowner stuff. I wouldn't have it any other way. Because all kidding aside, I wouldn't even be in this situation without your support, watching these videos, and giving me a place to live. Those of you who've been around in the mosh pit long enough to know, you remember I used to live with Dad. Lived with him for many, many, many years as I took care of him. And, you know, he had health problems, and this was the perfect opportunity for me to try to do this as a career. And I wouldn't be able to do it as a career without people supporting and watching me. So as dumb of a situation as this was with the HOA and everything, I wouldn't have it any other way, because it shows that, you know, you can't have HOA problems if you're not a homeowner. And thanks to the mosh pit, I am, and it is a blessing that I will never take advantage of or take for granted at any stage of my life. Very happy doing what I do. The old adage is very true. You enjoy what you do, you never have to work a day in your life. And not once has work ever felt like work. You know, with all the ridiculousness that Isaac puts us through every single day, every single week, people still come back and watch it. And that's what keeps the channel going, that's what keeps me going, and you know, I'll still be here. I'll still be here doing my thing every day until I can't do it anymore. Oh my gosh. That is about as dead as Isaac can be. So thank you, Mosh Pit, for allowing me to have these problems. To share my love of the job, my love of the sport with you all every single day. Sumptorium is absolutely goated. So is the Thame too, man. Like the new Thame, the fact that this version of the Thame is after the change in Repentance blows my mind, that they let such a powerful item just get past. But then items like Maw of the Void get nerfed to, you know, to nothingness almost. A shell of its former self. Now goes Mega Stanley, and we do get the Delirium portal, so we might as well make use of it. And Stanley's not going to run away from us. Yeah, we'll stop firing. Give you a chance to move. We're probably capped on bodies, to be honest. I can probably lay off on using Sumptorium. Yeah, good luck healing the damage in here, buddy. I've played with WoW players that were 20 times the healer that you are. You are not going to be able to out-heal this damage. There goes Isaac. Again, we have this luxury of just walking into rooms without even caring because we've got the Sigil Baphomet. Oh, look at this. We had Crystal Keys. Crystal Key gave us another extra boss room. Didn't have a boss in it, but it would have been cool if it did. Celtic Cross, which is fine. Now, why do you think there's another empty space over there? We haven't even been there. We also don't have flying either. Oh, it's Delirium. Delirium's like, hang on a second, there's no door over there. Where'd you come from? Yeah, we're gonna cause more damage to ourselves than Delirium's gonna cause to us. Claudies are just separated from us. Hang on, Claudies, I'm coming. There we go. Everyone huddle up. Take a knee. And he's dead. All right. So thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this really, really strong run here for the midweek mosh pit. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Your question of the episode today is, what is your take on Lazarus's rags? Do you use it and pop it immediately to turn into resurrected Lazarus, or did you even know about the extra life that it came with? Because I certainly didn't. Post them in the comments down below. Do you like the item or not? Do you just rip it if you have bad damage, or do you wait for the opportune moment to take it, like a devil deal or something like that? Post your strategies and comments down below. The top 3 most upvoted will be read next Wednesday here on the channel. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Arasim, Derplop, and Brittany Conyers. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find by going to patreon.com/Sinvicta.